Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we got another box. This one's from Original Mod Designs. We are doing the handlebar riser and the steering stem support. So really quick mod, shouldn't take too long. But basically just looking for a little bit more height on my handlebars. Looked at the 2 and 3 inch risers. Decided to go with the steering stem support. It's got a 1/2 inch riser built into that, and then the 1.5 inch OMD riser. And hopefully Magma Red. We're going to open up the box and see what we got. So stick around and let's jump into the install. All right, so I got the box open here. This, again, Original Mod Designs. Comes out of Canada. Seems like all the good parts for Can AMs are coming out of Canada. What's up with that? But go ahead and see what we got here. This looks like, that's the top cover for our steering stem support. So let's see how good it looks like. It matches up pretty good with the Magma Red. I'll show you guys that here in a second. Looks like here is the base. Get that opened up. So there we go. Powder coat looks good. All right, and we have in here, looks like there's some hardware. Looks like here are some spacers. I shouldn't say spacers, some adapters if you got the smaller diameter bars, like the 7/8. I believe these are the fat bars. It's on the XMR. And there's our steering stem support. And it looks like we got a sticker there, so pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get into the install. All right, so we got our bits and pieces out of the box there. I don't think we're gonna need these spacers. I think this is for like if you're running a 7/8 inch, 7/8. Yeah, we'll get it figured out. New hardware here. Here's your spacer block. Here's your top clamp, and then here is the steering stem stabilizer, or steering stem support, I should say. Let's go ahead and check this color match. So this is Magma Red. Magma Red on the 23. Looks pretty close. It's kind of like the Can AM orange red color, I'm not sure, but the first thing we need to do is go ahead and remove our bar pad here. Pretty simple, just pulls off like so. And we're gonna have 4 bolts here on our clamp. These, I think you can use a 6mm Allen. And then on the bottom, we have some nylon lock nuts on the bottom there. And those I think you'll need a 13mm wrench for, just to kind of hold them as we loosen those up. So let's go ahead and get that started. All right, I'm gonna take the box into my 13mm here. Go on the bottom. I'm just using a ratchet with a 6mm Allen. And we'll just go ahead and start loosening these up. And I'll go ahead and work my way all around, and we'll get the bar clamps off. All right, so we got everything loosened up. Real quick, these 2 top bolts here, they just thread down into your stem base. At the bottom of these 2, these are the ones that's gonna have your backing nuts on the bottom. So you'll need your wrench for those 2. These top ones, they just come right out. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll get everything pulled apart here. This time I think we're loose enough. We can just go ahead, lay our bars down, and then go ahead and finish getting the hardware off. And then we'll take a look at the stem and see what's involved there. All right, go ahead and finish getting these bottom bolts out. Almost get it by hand there. All right. Get the bolt. There's our nut. Go ahead and remove this clamp, and then we can probably just go ahead and set the handlebars. I'm gonna have to undo some zip ties here, but go ahead and get these handlebars off to the side here. All right, so that we can move these handlebars around, I'm gonna go ahead and nip these two zip ties right here so we can maneuver the handlebars off of the stem, and then we can put the support in and all the other pieces. All right, now we have our zip ties broke loose. So now we're gonna end up taking these bolts out right here, and we're gonna have to get up underneath with our 13 mil. It'll probably be kind of tedious because it doesn't look like it's gonna be able to get a socket in there unless I want to take the horn off and everything. I'm just gonna wrench them off, and there's one on each side. So we're just gonna take our 13 millimeter wrench, pull these off, and then we can pull these bottom handlebar stems right here. All right, so here's a quick pointer. These nuts underneath here, try to hang on to it if you're using an open end wrench like I was, and loosening it up. I accidentally dropped it way down in there. So I had to fish out the old magnet. You know, it's one of those tools that you never really think you need until you need it. Luckily, I was able to make something work, but yeah, just hang on to that nut because it's gonna fall down in there. All right, so got the clamps off. Here's our bare steering stem. And as you can see, it's pretty thin, and I think that's why a lot of guys are opting for the steering stem support, like this one here. So it's pretty easy install. Literally, we are just dropping it in the hole, sliding it down into place, and then it's gonna fit snugly like that. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our top clamp portion here, and we're gonna run the bolts up through the bottom to secure this in place here. All right, guys, now that we got our extension on there, we're gonna take the hardware that was given to us in the kit. These are, I believe they are 13 millimeter too, we'll double check, but they're gonna come up from the bottom with a lock washer on here. I'll probably go ahead and put a dab of blue Loctite on there just to be safe, but let's go ahead and get this portion here tightened down. This one, we're just taking our 13 millimeter wrench here, just using the box in. We'll get these 4 bolts here on the bottom snugged up, and I'm just gonna do them, you know, just kind of hand tight. This is aluminum, so you probably could strip out the thread, so I'm not gonna risk it. But we'll go ahead and get these the rest of the way buttoned up, and then we'll work on getting the bars back into place and get her clamped down. All right, now let's see if we got enough cable here to get our bars back on. And looks like we do. So we'll get those adjusted and centered up how we want them. And then we'll put the top clamp on there with our provided hardware. So I'm gonna get these adjusted just about the way they were. Looks like we might have to pull some of our cabling up just a little bit to take some of the tension off, but not a big deal here. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. Again, this is the original mods design steering stem support. That's gonna gain you a 1/2 inch of rise along garage dog over there. Anyways, I got the 1.5 inch riser block to go along with it. So I got a total of 2 inches of rise on my handlebars. I did loosen up the cables a little bit just to make sure I had enough free play there in the handlebars. They do offer these in a 2-inch riser, 3-inch riser. So if you're running the steering stem support, you could get up to like 3.5 inches of rise on your handlebars. For me, 2 inches is perfect. So that's why I went with this particular setup. If you guys like these videos, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell for notifications so you can stay up to date with everything that we have going on the channel. You can still find us, yes, at Instagram and Facebook as well. So check us out over there. But until next time, guys, God bless.